Hi 6th class, welcome to day 3 of Learning Online. We're going to very quickly go over some of the problems that you may come across when you're doing this homework tonight. The first one that's jumping out at me is number 6. So 90% or 90 cent is what percentage of 3? We need to change that €3 into cent. So we get 90 over 300. Simplify and then you'll be able to work out the percentages. It's going to be tricky for you to draw the 6 triangles that make up a hexagon. So that's not a very good example either. But I'll show you what it looks like roughly. Okay, so there's the 6 triangles there. It's going to be tricky for you to do that from home. Number 9, express this improper fraction as a mixed number. So we're going to count up in sevens. Remember, in one whole we have 7 sevens. So there's 7 sevens, another 7 sevens. So that's 7, 14, 21, and keep going up until you get to very close to that, and then you'll know how many do you have left over. Okay, so it's 7 into 48. That'll give you how many wholes you have, and then the number that you've left over will be over 7 to give you your fraction. Let's look at number 10. How many 3/4 of a litre jugs will be needed to fill a 6 litre container? The easiest way to do this is do it as a T-chart. Let's change this into millilitres, and 3/4 is going to be 750. So that's one jug. How much would it be for 2? How much would it be for 3? And keep going until you get close to your container. Okay, I think that would be the easiest. The T-chart strategy is definitely the easiest for this. Now, this is the number 12. This is the first time we've come across sums like this. So if I said to you 3 apples plus 4 apples, how many apples do you have? Very good. We have 7 apples. Okay, pretend these x's are apples. So if we have 3 x's and 4 x's, how many x's do you have altogether? 7 x's. So 7 x's is equal to 35. So that just means 7 times something is equal to 35. Okay, so you can work that out. When you see these x's, just think of your apples. Okay. Number 13 you should be fine with. Number 14, so you can use the fraction method or the decimal method. Remember, 8% is equal to 8 over 100. Or the easiest way for this one is actually put it as a decimal, 0.08. And you can multiply this by €10. Okay, and that's the easiest way. So we want you to practice your decimal method for that question. Remember when we're doing fractions, multiplication. So we have 2/5 multiplied by 6 over 3. The easiest way to do that would be simplify this 6 over 3. What is that? Okay, that's the easiest way to do that first. So 6 over 3 is actually by 2. So it's 2 over 5 multiplied by 2 over 1. And then you can multiply the top and multiply by the bottom. Number 18, 4 cubed. Remember, 4 squared is equal to 4 times 4. 4 cubed is equal to 4 times 4 times 4. So you can work that out. Number 19, frozen water expands by 4%. What will the volume of 100 ml be when frozen? So we need to add on 4% onto that. So similarly to number 14, you can say 4% is equal to 4 over 100 and do it that way. Or you can say 4% is equal to 0.04. Work out what the additional bit is and add it on. And finally on Tuesdays, 7 over 8. When we're multiplying by 9, we need to put that as a fraction, so it's 9 over 1. Okay, and then you can multiply the top two numbers together and then the bottom two numbers. We're going to have a look at Wednesday now as well. Wednesday now as well. Let's have a little look. Number 6, do your T-chart. So 8 hours is €80. So 40 hours, you can work it up, find out. So we need to multiply this by what? We have to multiply that by 5. So let's multiply this side of the T-chart by 5. Now, number 8 can be a bit tricky because there's lots of different types of fractions in there. Basically, we're looking for 2/3 of 2.5. Why not change that into 2.5? Still going to be a bit tricky, isn't it? Because 3 doesn't go into the 15 or into 2.5. So we can't do it that way. So we're going to have to do the fraction way. So we're looking for, we'll have to put this into a top-heavy fraction. So 2.5, here I have 1, 2.5. How many halves do I have altogether? I have 5 halves. So 2.5 is equal to 5 halves altogether. Okay, now that we know that, we can say we're looking for 2/3 multiplied by 5 halves, and that would be easier for us to work it out. Okay, so that's the easy way to work out number 8. It's a bit tricky. Number 13, find the volume of a cuboid. So the volume is the length by the width by the height. Okay, so multiply all of those together. The circumference of a circle is equal to the diameter multiplied by a special number, pi, which is 3.14. Okay, so hopefully you'll remember how to do that. I think the rest of those are fine. Right, so do your very best. Don't forget to put your answers into the little quiz. Don't worry if, the quiz, if programming the quiz, there's a space or there's not a space. I can see what answer you put in, so I'll be recording exactly what you've got, so don't worry about that. And you can let me know if there's any issues, which you have been doing. You've been very good. Okay, guys, keep it up.